We're live. My stomach started making noises, man. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, it's just super quiet. Sorry. Let's turn that up a little bit. There we go. That's probably much better for you. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this out here. Why is the quality set at 240? Okay. That's fine. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna share this to the Reaper group. So got that shared out, and then I don't know, whatever, man. You guys can share it wherever you would like. So, anywho's, today we are working on this awesome sculpt that is available later on in the month, as well as in Bones 5. For those of you backing Bones 5, you'll be able to get her as well. Let me go ahead and clear my life out. Don't look at this guy. Ignore this guy. You don't need to see this guy. You don't need to see this, dude. Where do we put this guy? We'll put him away somewhere. Let me put this guy away. It's over here, where you can't see him. Back here, right there. There you go. Now you can't see anything. So, anyway, you know, we're gonna be working on some dresses, something like that. So let's see, we've got, I'm gonna use some of these sample colors that I picked up at Reaper HQ during, well, when I was finished streaming, I went downstairs and grabbed some gold. So we've got that. We've also got the Susan G. Coleman, my bad, pink as well that I was using. And then I think I was also using, I don't know, we're using a menagerie of colors here. Also some clear magenta. And that is the plan. So we're gonna continue working on the cloak, sorry, whatever, not cloak, but you get it, dress, the top part of the dress. And that's pretty much it. Remember, today the first episode of the Paintcast came out. That is the new painting podcast that I'm working on with all of my painting friends. Today's episode, of course, was Shoshi Bauer from Shoshi's Minis. This morning, I recorded with Dave Taylor from Dave Taylor Miniatures, so we got him squared away. He'll be the guest next week on next Friday. And then next week, I'm going to be recording with somebody else, and it's just going to be a big old fun time for everybody involved. Man, look at the awesome color we've got going on. I'm hoping this isn't too bright on your end in terms of the lighting. I can always turn that down if we need to. Actually, it's because I have it set to auto. I didn't think about that. Hold on, I'm checking your stream preview here. It looks okay to me. Does color look good? I think so. Hold on. There's a delay, so I'm waiting until I do the... Let's see. It might be a little bit... Oh, I can't edit that. Hold on, wait. Tell me which one you like better. There we go, I think that's a little bit better. So I'll let that just sort of render in on your end. So what I was doing is I needed to go back in here on these and work with some of this color. What I want this to be is just a beautiful different grouping of pinks and magentas. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a good day out there. Finally, yesterday, last night, my airbrush supplies arrived. Good Lord, that was not cool to pay $10 shipping and wait that long. I actually called the company and I was like, hey, is there any way you can tell me where my stuff is? Because I obviously, need it, right? And I called and I was like, hi, I was wondering if, you could help me with my order. I was wondering if there was a way to track it. And he goes, we're not as advanced as Amazon. If you ship anything, they're gonna give you tracking. So that, I'm not asking to track it online, buddy. I just wanted a track, it was just so weird. And then finally he's like, oh yeah, no, it's out for delivery. And I'm like, I've already gotten the mail today. And he's like, oh no, we used FedEx. I'm like, dude, whatever, man. The last time I order from you, but it's one of those things where, one of the parts that I needed for the airbrush on Amazon is $28. And if you order it from one of these mom and pop places, it's $6. So that's the difference. Actually, I think this looks better. Let me swap back here. But yeah, so I mean, it's just kind of crazy, the level of price difference, but I don't know. It's pretty nuts. But I've got it, and then of course, even though I would love to be working all weekend, I'm going back to Oklahoma, so I'm gonna be going tomorrow morning. I'm gonna go hang out with Christian. I know you guys have seen him in the chat. He's usually watching on YouTube, but so I'm gonna go see him. I'm gonna go see my family. I mentioned it to all my friends in Oklahoma that I'd be there this weekend, but I think they're busy or something, so it'll be a short trip. And then of course I will be back to Arthur, the lizards, and all of the painting in the world, so. But anyway, oh God, we haven't listened to this song in so long. Boom, go away please, thank you. But anyway, so this is one of the miniatures that is going to be coming out in metal this month. It's also going to be available in Bones 5 for those of you that have Backbones 5. This was the Pipe Gal Patty. There's Christian, see I was telling you. He must have known I was saying I was going to come see him this weekend. But this is one of the miniatures that was unlocked while I was on stream with my brother John. Which, by the way, I mean the chat... Everybody in the chat was saying that we're the Beard Bros. I honestly do feel like that's going to have to be either a graphic or something we can put on screen in the future if I ever come back. You know, knowing how things go, I'll probably never be back on stream with Reaper again. No, I'm kidding. But let me see. Oh yeah, sorry, I was reading Kyle's comment. Yeah, I'm not driving to Tulsa. Chill out. Why would I drive all the? I'm not driving to Tulsa. That's not a part of the plan. Unless I have a place to stay. I should be like James, I want to come visit. I need a place to stay. We can play Cav. I can come play Cav up at Team Covenant and come paint with all of you on Sunday. Psych, you wish. But anyway, this was Pipe Gal Patty out of the female NPCs that were unlocked at like 300 something, 600 something, I don't remember, 580,000, I don't remember. It was a lot of money. But anyway, this is one of them. Obviously looking super, super awesome. I've talked about it before in the past. Actually, I talked about it on the podcast that came out today. Shout out to the Paintcast. Remember, make sure to go follow that. It's currently on Spotify as well as Anchor directly, but it will be on Apple Music and everywhere else podcasts may be listened to and found relatively soon. It automatically gets pushed to those sources, and then I just get a notification telling me, you know, whenever it gets live and uploaded there. So, but anyway, I was talking about on there how one of my favorite things to paint and to mess with are like folds in cloth or clothing or whatever. So this is exactly the kind of stuff I enjoy painting. So what I need now is to be able to glaze back on top of what I did. So again, we're using the Breast Cancer Awareness paint color. We'll do it over there so you can see a little bit better. It is a promo color this month. I don't know if it's specifically for the Ghoulie bag or if it's any purchase. I know, let's see who's watching. John's watching. He may be able to tell you. So let me see. Oh, this lady runs a brothel? I mean, she does appear to be a madame. surely. I don't know if I'm happy with that, so what I'm going to do is just push back up in there further. There we go, and we'll reset it. So, any purchase, there you go. So any purchase gets a bottle of the pink. I mean, it's a good pink. I would say definitely fairer than sort of your more standard pinks, but I'm definitely a fan. I think it looks really nice. So. Then on top of the pink, we're going to be adding like a rosy flesh tone in order to brighten it up even further. Okay, so in the front, what do I need to do? I think I need to, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mix, sorry, this sample, oh, wow, that is like way too orange. It's definitely not orange like that in real life, I promise. I promise. It is not that orange. Dang, what's up with my, hold on, let's do this trick again. Hold on, I got you, hold on. We know how to fix this problem. So what we do is we get some skin on that camera, some skin on that camera, and then we match the two. So let me get you that perfect palette. So right now I am begging, like a sad little pauper, to get another one of those really awesome LED light bars. So you can see right there at the bottom, I'm pleading and begging with all of my paint pushing heart for all of you to go to minipainting.studio/tips so I can get that additional light bar just for big old giggles. I would really appreciate that if that was a thing that happened. But either way, that's just gonna be a running goal until we get it. And that would be really cool. So let me go ahead and check down here on the camera. Okay, so we've got the palette cam right here. Cool, let's fix it. Here we go. We're gonna be fixing it right now. Configure video. And then we're gonna do some cool little color matching. All right, so where are we at? White balance, gain, okay. White balance needs to go like that way. Gain needs to go like this way. Is that closer? That's a little bit closer. Color intensity, there it is. That's actually not correct. Okay, there we go, it's better. All right, cool, boom, we're done. So we matched that out. Hopefully that helps. Sorry, I need to minimize my OBS window now so I can see. Cool. Shout out to my YouTube viewership. Shout out to everybody here on Facebook as well. Shout out to everybody that's watching at work. Drop in chat if you're watching at work. It's okay, I won't tell your boss. It's okay. Hey Brandon, what's going on, man? I miss you too. I hope you're doing all right. Counting down the days till we can... Did we do the Dreadmere battle together? Is that something that we did? Feel like I'm back at ReaperCon. Oh yeah, because you're having to sit and listen to me talk. Good old Greg, man. I saw your creature caster thing you posted today. That's gonna be looking really cool. Josh Whitley, what's up, dude? Hey, JV. The deep state never sleeps. You work at a Walmart, JV. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. Little do I know JV's literally my NSA agent assigned to me. So what I'm doing on the right-hand side here, on the brighter highlighted portions, is I'm replacing some of that brighter pink with that intriguing sort of orangey coral color that I've now mixed with the breast cancer awareness pink, just to give it a little bit of a variance in color. I still feel like this is too bright. We're just playing around with this today. You guys know the deal. I'm a professional with a lowercase p. There we go. See, I feel like now you can actually see what's happening. Let me pop that up one more time. I'll wait until I see your screen to kind of see the difference. But you see what's going on. This is the color I'm layering up into there. And then I'm going to deepen it a little bit with some of that same sort of magenta hue that we had previously. And I'm going to do some little edge work on it just to give us a nice little thing. You know, essentially my goal here is to make this material appear to sort of be a shimmering fabric, because obviously this lady eats, so she's got some money. She's got a lot of Reaper bucks out in Dreadmere. I think that's where she lives. We're not listening to this trash. We're going to go ahead and skip past that. But As the head of a brothel, obviously she has the means to have every meal she wants. So she only has the finest of fabrics. I think that's the theme that we're going for. There we go. We're going to shade this up a little bit. Like so. Give that a little bit more dimension. Awesome. So now we got that rocking. Crank that up one more time. There we go. And now we're going to hop to the front and do something similar. So let's see where I want to lay that in. Maybe like right about here. Right now what I'm doing is I'm doing implied folds. So these are little additional folds in the fabric that don't actually exist on the miniature, but I'm placing them in areas where they could exist on the miniature. I don't remember who sculpted her. John, if you're watching and you remember who sculpted her and you're not currently casting a miniature, that'd be some good info to know. Let me see, actually, what I'm gonna do here is push in the shadow on this. I still don't like what's happening on this side of the world here, so we're just gonna redo this whole section. What's interesting, like in the back, you know, she's like a voluptuous, so you can see on the profile shot here, right? These folds are relatively easy to follow with the highlight, so you're able to do that pretty well. On the front hand side, or whatever, the front of the dress, it's like concave, so you kind of have to be a little bit more big brain to make it work, but we'll make it happen, we'll make it work, it's okay. I played around with the idea of doing some type of OSL on the pipe, but I feel like that's probably just a little bit too much work, or not too much work, but obviously it dictates the amount of highlighting that is sort of feasible, right, for the rest of the piece if you're trying to do a convincing lighting effect. So we're just not going to do that, even though I would love to, and I may or may not have an extra copy or two of this mini. So, but go ahead and drop in chat if you want a copy of this miniature. We might give one away today. You never know. Never hurts to ask, you know? There we go. Ah, Peaky Blinders. All right, so now we're gonna begin to work on some other sections of this bad gal right here. Only because I don't want to overwork the pink, you know what I'm saying? I want to try and at least pretend like we know what we're doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple colors here. We're going to take another sample color. You know it wouldn't be one of my streams unless I'm using Reaper colors you can't buy. Which, in the future, just know. Just, hey, you... Listen. Listen to me. Next year, that's all you need to know. So, but anyway... You'll be able to know all the colors that I'm using next year, and it'll be so convenient for you to know what the colors actually are. So, but right now, this color, I have no idea what it is, but it's nice and dark. I don't think it's a pure black. It could be. This could be like an off black. It could have been maybe a clear black they were messing with. I don't know. But it has some strange properties to it. But the idea that I'm running with right now is that I need sort of an in-between brown in order to start doing the edge cleanup on these little, whatever you would call them, her tassels. Actually, sorry, the industry term is a sassel. So the little sassel she has here on the parts of her dress. Oh yeah, Christian, when are you going to be at the shop? On Saturday or tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be coming up, so you let me know. You'll probably be my first stop. So that'll sort of dictate whenever I leave the good old state of Tejas. Tejas. For those of you that don't know, Texas actually stands for barbecue. No, I'm kidding. Oh yeah, by the way, we're 5 episodes away from 365 episodes. We did it. I can officially quit. Open at 10. All right. Then I will see you. Wait, am I blind as a bat? Or did I just not start there? I just didn't start there. Okay. So now what I need is like an off-white. So I'm definitely going to use a Reaper color everyone can buy. As you can tell here. That's too funny. So I'm gonna grab this white. Am I off palette yet? Nope, I'm still on camera. Cool, we're fine. So I'm gonna grab that color, and then I'm gonna grab another color that you can buy. I do so believe. Hey, did you like ASMR shift there? Hello, everyone. So we've got this color. This is a Cav color. Shout out to my friends over at Cav, Talon Games. This is an MSP Blitzkrieg Gray. I got a shipment in of my favorite color of all time that I'm obsessed with right here, that gunmetal. It's not metallic at all, but it's gunmetal. It's beautiful. It's like a blue-gray. So I'm gonna get this out as well. And we are going to begin working on highlighting up her tassels. So I'm gonna make a bit of a bigger mess right there as we sort of work our way through. Oh, that is perfect. I got the exact brownish tinted gray that I'm looking for. Remember, we make a big mess on the palette while we're painting because we want to physically stretch the paint across the palette. That's typically how I get things to dry so quickly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use the base coat that was underneath, the airbrush work, to help us sort of delineate the fabric here. If you guys saw the Chronoscope miniature I finished up this week, the Sleeping Beauty, some of the same principles I'm using here are what I did to create that translucent sheer fabric effect. And by that, I mean I put paint on it that was thin. Revolutionary, I know. But that was cool. That got out in the mail today. So my day today so far was waking up. And then I recorded the podcast with Dave Taylor. That happened pretty early because he's in a different time zone. I didn't really put 2 and 2 together. And then I was like, whoops, I was up really late last night. Yeah, good. I'm liking the sort of structure I built into that. That's really good. So woke up, recorded that with him, and then I realized, wait a minute, it's the first Friday in October. Uh-oh. So then I had to immediately get the podcast ready that I had recorded with Shoshi. So then I edited that down and got that uploaded and published across. And then I had clients sending me messages, so I had to answer all the client messages. Then after that, I needed to take that Sleeping Beauty and the Asarak model, which again, you know, to each their own, but Gale Force 9 miniatures literally are so disappointing. Unless you really enjoy resin that makes you very uncomfortable and sad, I would just say don't buy it ever, but it is what it is. So I got both of those in the mail, and I got back here. I tried to eat a little bit of lunch, which I finished literally 2 minutes before the stream started, and here we are. That is my Friday. So, that's just how it goes. While I was on the phone with my girlfriend too the whole time. I was headed to and from the post office, so that was nice, but always a busy day. I probably wouldn't have streamed either today, but I did mention to a few people that I would be working on this lady here, so I figured, you know what? Gotta do it. And besides, it is a Bones 5 Kickstarter mini. So for those of you that haven't backed, make sure you go check out Bones 5 Escape from the Pizza Dungeon. This bad gal here, Pipe Gal Patty, I believe is what we called her. She is being released this month, obviously on the 14th, as a metal miniature. Very, very beautifully cast by my brother John up at Reaper. But she'll also be available in Bones Black material, which honestly this sculpt is going to be built perfectly for. So, yeah, Christian, they're super they're just bad. Honestly, I'm not even gonna pretend that they're anything but that. But like literally every time I've had a client send me one, I'm like, what like, how are they really selling these to people? And then if you look at like the close-up images of the miniatures that they actually have on the box, they're just as bad on the box. So it's like, wow, all right, well, good to know, I guess. Clearly, you can tell I'm going to be sponsored by Gale Force 9, so... But you guys already know, like, I do not... Like, I literally tell you how it is, so... If you're watching me, you know that's what the deal is. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about the product, so... I had someone reach out to me who is starting a product, and I don't think they were intentionally vague, but I didn't have some info that I needed, and I sort of explained to him, I'm like, well, here's the deal. I literally only promote things that I myself would buy or that I would use, so, it's one of those things where I don't want my name or reputation being dinged because I promoted something that, it turned out being whack or whatever. Because there are plenty of people that will take any work where it comes, and for me it's a little bit different than that. So yeah, anyway, shout out to Gale Force 9. If you are joining late right now, what we're doing is we're just highlighting up this little frill material. What I'm trying to do is make it appear a little bit sheer, or that it has some kind of sort of satiny sheen to it. You can see we're sort of playing around with that idea to help play against the pink in the robes. Oh, hey Jamie, I don't know if I said hello to you. I do see you in the chat, or I see you watching. I see you watching. As always, if you have any questions, anything like that, feel free to drop them in the chat and I'll try and help you out if I can. And as always, thanks for the love and support. I always appreciate it. I know that I've got a lot of really cool stuff happening in the future for you. Again, this week, all private lessons are also 50% off, so you can check that out at minipainting.studio. It is in the store. I know I've had a lot of people reach out when they weren't on sale. So they're on sale now. And it is Friday, if you didn't spend all your money on Bones 5. But if you did spend all your money on Bones 5, it's all good. Don't worry about it. I understand. We're still friends. So I feel like I need to highlight up. Did I miss this one? Did I miss this one? I think I did. I totally did. So the color I'm using right now is pretty dark. Who do we gotta bribe for a president? Wait, how do you have a crazy looking name? Oh, that's hilarious. The font on my comic font looks crazy when it popped up on chat. How funny. Who do we have to bribe? I don't know. I've been in talks with the president himself, and I just don't think the sculpt of him is in the works. I think the issue is that he just knows all the fun that painters will have with him, so. But I tried to tell him, I was like, man, if you make the President Ron Hawkins sculpt, okay, then you can have a presidential address at ReaperCon where you go through and it becomes a part of the painting competition. But, that's just, I get it. He's a busy man. He's a busy man. He's got a lot going on. We won't judge him for a lack of a sculpt of himself, I suppose. Even if it's what we want. Even though the Reaper group right now is literally full of people that are like, I don't want this, so I don't like this entire Kickstarter. Like, oh, okay, cool, thanks for your opinion. We all asked for it. All right, so I do like the texture that we've got going on these little frilly frills. Paladin for Wendy for the new RPG. Man, you know, I don't know. I've seen some interesting pandering in my day, but the RPG from Wendy's is like, please stop. Please stop. It's like suddenly people at Wendy's were like, hey, there's this show called Critical Role, and we can get a bunch of people to love us if we interact with Critical Role. Because wasn't last night, like, didn't they use it in an episode? Or they have a whole episode planned, like a one-off, using that system. So it's entirely a corporate money thing. If it was genuine, it'd be pretty entertaining, but sadly, we know how it goes. They're like, yes, give us all your nerd money. Even though I do like the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's. I mean, I'm just being goofy. And since Popeyes won't have their spicy chicken sandwich on the menu until next year, Wendy's definitely made a power move to make that happen, so. Oh, actually, that'd be so funny if someone installed an inflatable pirate ship outside of Reaper. That would be like the funniest thing ever. But they just have to, you know. See, that's the thing about Critical Role with me, at least, is that, like, I really, really liked it when it was, you know, not a gigantic money-making machine, because now, right, you obviously will be put into situations where it's clearly a paycheck, like using an RPG system made by a fast food restaurant. But hey, that's fine, that's fine. Like, hey, anything that gets more people in the hobby is cool at the end of the day. So good for them, they deserve the money. They worked hard for no money for long enough, so their success is everybody's success, if you think about it that way. More nerds for the herd, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely liking this sort of, you know, fabric-y situation we've got going on. We are going to go a lot brighter with this as well. We're just slowly working our way up so that I can try and keep it looking nice and smooth. This month as well, we unlocked one of my stretch goals, I guess. I don't know the right way to put it, but we unlocked another goal of mine on Patreon. So we'll be doing a monthly community review as well, going over people's work, so that's really exciting. Remember, you can see everything that's going on our Patreon if you go to the website. You can go to patreon.com/minipaintingstudio directly. Or you can go to my website, minipainting.studio, and click the Patreon link. While you're there, you can also check out everything we have going on in the store itself. Remember, you can check that out, minipainting.studio/store. You can see things like the periodic table of painting, the power-up palettes, the non-metallic metal guide, all them things. So, mucho apreciado. That's also where you can buy the one-on-one private lessons that are 50% off as well. And then the last little self-promotion cry for help is that I'm also, you know, trying to get another one of those light bars. So if you have kindness in your heart and you want to go on that tip line, you can go to minipainting.studio/tip. I think that's it, right? Oh no, tips with an S, sorry. Go to the URL that's at the bottom. And that'll help me out a wee bit. Or a lot of it. So you can see how I'm trying to piece out the fabric material. How many of you guys watching are going to go to the ending party over at Reaper HQ on November 2nd? I know I'll be there. Actually, it was really, really funny. I was talking to my girlfriend and I'm like, hey, what do you have going on November 2nd? Which is when, it's like a Saturday, right? That's when the closing party is. And she was like, well, I have this thing going on. I'm going to the Reaper Bones 5 kicks. I was like, what is, how do you know? Okay. Okay. But I'll be there with the balloon twisters. You guys are coming all the way down from Tulsa, Jan? You're crazy. But I already knew you were crazy, so actually I shouldn't be surprised that you guys are going to come all the way down. That's dedication. Oh, I just messed up the whole thing, you guys. What do I do? Did you see where I messed it up? It's very subtle, but I can still fix it right here. There we go. It's perfecto. Okay, we're gonna move on to this next section. Right now, to answer your question, Anthony, I'm using a DaVinci Maestro Series 10 size 1. Pretty much, if you paint like me, the best brush out there. So, if you do not paint like I do with extremely watered down paint, then I can't help you, but they're like the best watercolor brushes out on the market. Kolinsky Sable. And if you're painting miniatures, really watered down, thinned out paint, you're going to be using a watercolor brush anyway. That's exactly what the Winsor and Newtons are. All those are based off of watercolor brushes, so. But yeah, way better quality than Winsor and Newton. Really good elasticity, which is what I need. We're almost to a bright highlight. Almost. Did I get this one? No, I don't think I did get this one, actually, to be honest. I keep thinking I'm done when I'm like, oh no, there's 4 sides to this Rubik's Cube. What are you doing? What is this? What's up, Kevin? How's it going, dude? Kevin is working right now, I think, right? Are you working? Are you hitting me from work? Oh, Kevin, all of my goodies from Wayland Games showed up today. All that terrain, we can be twinsies. Now, of course, I have no idea when I'm gonna put it together now that I'm going out of town this weekend, but I'm not too concerned. Just got done with work. Nice. All right, let's back out of Pipe Girl Patty here. Give her a nice little once-over view. So I'm definitely liking the textures that we're getting. I feel like my contrast isn't right, but I think it's because we haven't played with the purple yet. So once we play with the purple, I think she'll probably be twerking her way across her brothel that she runs, so it'll work out well. I'm trying to figure out what this thing was that just happened. Hold on. What is this? Whoa! Christian Oliver, what just happened? What is this? What, yoink? Wait, I'm so confused. My PayPal is terrible. Either way, whatever's happening here, thank you. I can't figure out what I'm reading. I'm having to log into this. Oh my god, why? Oh no, PayPal, don't lock me out. When you get locked out of your bank account? Oh my gosh, yeah, it's my fingerprint, dude, right here. Jeez. Okay, thanks. Wow, great. Boom. Well, okay, let me, I don't know. No, it did. It did. I just don't know why it's, not updating on my end, but hey, that's totally fine because guess what? We can pop it over this way as well. So let me click on this, I think. Hold on. Boom. Give me a second. Of course, I have to do this like such a hero. I don't remember at all what I log in through on this. So I think it's this right here. I think. Nope, it's definitely not. Okay. This is when I like don't know my own Streamlabs. That's kind of crazy. Is it this? Come on. Oh my god. How do I not know what I'm logging in with? How is this even possible? Well, it did, of course. So, hold on, let me skip this. No, that is from 6/14/2019. So, let me go ahead and log out of that. You know, I wish these were a little bit easier to use, but I won't complain, I suppose. So yeah, continue as me. Yeah, next. I guess I just have to relink it every time I log in, I guess. I don't know. Because yeah, I need to see why it didn't update the ticker. Oh yeah, no, boom, it's right there. So did it not refresh on the thing at the bottom? It just doesn't want to? Okay. All right, Streamlabs, you're doing great. This is like the best advertisement for them. How stupid. All right, hold on. Let me figure out why that didn't do anything. Don't you love it? In live TV, great. All right. Why is it not? Yeah, right there. Did it update yet? Why did you not update? It should have updated. Here. Now it's updated. Boom, there you go. All right, thank you so much, Christian. Donating towards the additional light bar. I appreciate you so much. How funny. It's like, nah, I don't want to auto-update. It got it. It just didn't want to do it. Watch it just be super delayed. Actually, that's probably what's going to happen. So I could probably go to a much smaller brush right now, but I'm definitely being kind of dumb by not doing so. But it'll be okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm only going to do one of these. in this brighter highlight color currently. And then that way, what that's going to allow me to do is then move back down into the purple, because I have a feeling that that purple is going to sort of dictate the rest of the level of contrast for everything else. So the purple's kind of dark, and we don't have anything else dark in there, obviously. We don't use black or anything like that while we're painting. So once we get that level of contrast figured out... Why am I so close, lady? Back it up. Yep, not happy with that already. So let me do a little trick here. I'm gonna cheat. Okay, and cheat really quick. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're just seeing a little bit of movie magic. A little bit. Okay. Bada bingus. You can see I shaved down the sides of that just to make it flat. Alright, so, hey, Brian's here. What's up, Brian? So what I'm doing is I'm just sort of resetting that level of contrast in the middle. Because I need it to be darker. I feel like we just went too bright too quick. Since I extended the height of this trigger, it's much easier to get more finesse. So you can see what I'm doing. There's that dimple I put in the top. I shoved the side of my finger into it. So now this is just air, and then literally, do you see that? It's like the smallest motion will start having paint go through. It's a good trick, I highly recommend. But, so all that's out now. All right, so now we're gonna play around with some purple. I received a purple. Wait, where is it? Sarah gave me a purple. Sarah, are you watching? You gave me a purple. What'd you do with it? Did you come here and take that purple? I feel like Sarah took my purple, bro. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna throw a couple drops into this. If I remember correctly, the story of the purple was that it was supposed to be a clear, but it just turned out to be too dark, and so they're like, you know what, this is just not a thing. It's just not a thing. So I'm gonna darken this up a lot that I've got here. Let me see if I can actually use that. Oh, is this it right here? No, I bought this one. That's fine, we'll add that in. Okay, it's clogged, so I need to use John's paint poker, but I don't have it here in front of me, of course, like a big prepared boy. So instead what we're gonna do is we're just going to use some water, and then we're gonna use, what is happening? What's beeping at me? Guys, what is happening? What is this? What is happening? Who just did what? Somebody else just donated something. Is that what I'm seeing? Hold on, humanoids. Hold on, humanoids. What's happening? No? It's just telling... Oh, yeah. Whoa. Hey, somebody. Wow. All right. Look at that. Boom, boom. All right. Who is the winner chicken dinner? Let's see what's happening. Oh, it's still only showing me Christian, so. But thank you for whoever that was. Ha, Kim. Sorry, we're playing something Kim said. That's funny. So what I'm gonna do is grab the, did I dropped my airbrush thinner. Uh-oh, we can't continue. Just kidding, that's fine. So what I'm gonna do now is we're going to hit this purple with some love. Do you wanna get in close? People need to realize that it's Friday and not have issues at 2 p.m. There's an issue, what's happening? Did I miss something? What happened? Yeah, Iwata makes a better product, period, when it comes to airbrushes. The Sotar is only good because it's more affordable than the Micron range from Iwata, which is like $700. So if you have $700 to buy literally the Lamborghini of airbrushes, then by all means you should do it. But if not, then the Sotar is pretty much your only next option to get something smaller. So that's all. Oh, that was really weird. Sorry. Work issues. Work issues. Uh-oh, wait a minute. What's happening? But yeah, that's why I prefer the Sotar. It's just because it's cheaper. It's not $700. But I like how you said Badger service. I didn't even deal with customer service. I dealt with the owner. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Oh man, I needed the thinner in there. It's being weird. Yep, it's being weird. Damn it. I need more water. Hold on. There we go. Trying to be polite. No such thing as politeness on this stream. So what I'm doing right now is just color tinting really super wet, just so I can get a different tone in before we work up on it. So. Which is funny because it was airbrushed before. I just didn't think it really had enough oomph. Big old oomphs. Alright, so we're done. I could hit everything from below real quick, gently. Like this, real quick. See? You see what's happening on the camera? See that? Wah, wah. See that? Ooh. Ooh. We call that a natural application of color, and by we I mean me, because that's literally the definition of the opposite of zenith. But you get a beautiful effect like that. You can hit it from another angle as well if you're so inclined. Alright, so let me see. A good travel light, probably, well, so pretty much like any of the cheaper OTT lights, right? There are some on Amazon. I think I've got one on the Amazon shop. I'm not sure. I know that Five makes one as well, who makes the large thing. Okay, Kevin, yeah, see you later. But you can check that out, I believe, just on the... just go to minipainting.studio, click on the Amazon shop, and see if there is one on there. If there is, it's one of the little folding travel ones. If not, send me a message directly to the page, and I'll send you a link to one. Because I know that they make one. I just don't know if I've added that to the page itself directly. So, if so, I'm sorry. Or, sorry if I haven't, rather. Duh. So what I'm gonna do now is knock in some runic purple. Like this, real fast, see? Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna start highlighting up the cloth. Start give it more dimension. That's why I wanted to go in with a much cooler purple, because it'll play nicely with all the other colors we have going on this bad gal. Oh, I needed to see that other message on there, sorry. But since I know that we have so many warm tones on here, my shadows need to be cool temperature, which means something like this. So, let me see. Listening to your podcast, it's nice that you've been consistent since you were 14. Failure to follow through with people will result in the finding of persona non grata. Oh, what do you mean? Me being mad at people for being on some bullshit? Yeah, it's been ingrained in me since a young age. How many brushes do you think someone needs when trying to get into mini painting for the first time? I would say you need one nice one and a bunch of crappy ones. And by crappy, I mean disposable. So if you go to amazon.com/shop/minipaintingstudio or minipainting.studio with the Amazon link, you will see that there are some brush packs on there for synthetic sable nylon brushes. And you get 50 to a pack for like $18. And they will treat you just perfectly for all of your basic miniature painting needs if you're just starting out. The best part about them is that you pretty much can do everything other than very thin, watered down work like I'm doing, which is not a beginner technique at all. So you'll be totally fine doing whatever you want. And then what's really, really nice about it is the second they start to curl on you, you literally get to snap it in half like the Hulk, in a very, very pleasing, cathartic release, because you spent way less than $1 for each brush. So I never really suggest people spend, $20 on a brush if you're just starting out. That's pretty silly. It doesn't make any sense because you physically won't be able to take advantage of a nice brush the same way as someone else who's been painting for a while. So just keeping that in mind whenever you're painting will always help you. But that's my 2 cents. Sorry, I don't know if that's like super loud in the mic right now, but that's my 2 cents whenever I'm sort of evaluating that good stuff. So I think I'm gonna go with the blue to highlight the purple that we're doing, so frost blue. The only reason I say that is because, of course, we're using this runic purple. And if I add a little bit of blue to it, it will just sort of pastel it out. It won't really change the color temperature. How do I know that? I don't. But that's exactly what it did when I added it, so. Sometimes you just gotta, as Stevie Wonder said in the Disney Channel movie, not Disney Channel movie, the Disney movie Mulan, you just gotta be true to your heart and add some color, so. Now the front is being a little bit weird for me when I'm looking at it, and the reason being, I need to paint the base black, so. Only to reset its contrast. Actually, let's do that really quick. We're gonna reset the contrast on the base. Man, this bottle of paint is so messed up, but hopefully it'll be nice for us. Let me see, what about size-wise? Small, medium, large, or get a few of each? So I always recommend, if you are a new painter, you paint with one size brush for as long as you can. Reason being, it's not going to help you any if you don't have brush control. It doesn't matter what size brush you're using. Hopefully that makes sense. But if you are new and you do not have good brush control, which pretty much everybody that's new does not have good brush control, you switching sizes of brush all the time, if you're like, I need a big brush, need a little brush, whatever, it's going to hinder you. It's not going to help you get muscle memory in your hands, which is exactly what you're trying to do when you're learning to paint. So using one size brush, like a size 1 or a size 0, is a very, very, very good thing to do. Of course, this is just my opinion. You can take it with a grain of salt, but I will flex a little bit. I have been painting for over 20 years, and I do it for a living, so, you know, that's just my cup of tea when it comes to new painters. And there are plenty of people watching that were new painters when they started listening to my terrible advice. So, hopefully they're a little bit better. See? Now, do you see how much of a difference it makes whenever we add black to the base? That's a trick that I like to do about halfway through the painting process. It really helps your eyeball adjust to the current level of contrast that you've been working with. And what it's doing right now for me immediately, it's helping me separate that purple pigment next to the brighter colors next to it, which is what I was having a bit of an issue with when I was working on the purple. So now I know that we are in good territory. Man, look at the back of that dress, though. It's killing me. It looks so good. Looks so good, man. So where are we at time-wise? I think we're probably getting close to an hour. Could be wrong. I just got some paint on this shirt, and that's really cool. What else is new in my life? All right, so let's see. 305 MIAO. That's the area code for Miami. I only know that because I used to listen to a lot of Rick Ross. But... all right, so I'm going to call it a day for today on that. That's all we're going to be doing. Again, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I hope everything goes away, and I hope everything goes your way, and I hope you find $20 in your pocket. Again, thanks everyone that donated today as we're working towards that little goal on the new light bar. No, JV, you weren't here when I was explaining it, but if I was going to do an OSL effect on the pipe, let me just illustrate why. So we've already gone too bright to do an object source lighting effect. Now, because this object is so small, right? If I was going to pretend that there was something in it, then we would need this to be a lot darker for it to resonate on the rest of the miniature. Now what I might do is green stuff, some green stuff into her pipe just for fun, but that's my plan. I don't plan on doing any cool lighting effects, mostly just because the sculpt itself, you know, I would rather paint it like that. Wait, did you guys say you wanted me to give away one of these miniatures? Well, maybe I shouldn't just because more people have already left the chat. But if you would like, we can work on her again next week. What's the date next week? Hold on. Because I know they hit the store on the 14th. Yeah, so that's 2 weeks from now. So what we'll do is next Friday, we'll work on this miniature again. She may be nearly complete at that point, which is good. And then I will give away an extra copy of her because it will probably get to you then on the release date. So, boom. How do you like them apples? So, but that will be it for today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. You find $20 in your pocket. Everything goes your way. I hope your enemies stub their toe and they forget how to read and their kids don't go to college. Remember, if you're having a bad day, you'll have a better one tomorrow. Drink water, meditate, take a big old poop, and you'll be doing just fine. So, take it easy. I'll see you next time.